Welcome to We Are Fine and Neither Are You, a podcast brought to you by two lifetime besties dealing with the beauty and messiness of midlife. Nothing is off limits. Let's get into it.
Hey, bestie.
Hi. Hey, bestie.
Oh,
How's
I'm so
it
glad that
going?
we got to connect today.
I know. Oh my gosh. How's your summer?
Oh, so it just officially started. We were out late. I think we're the latest kids to get out. We just
Really?
barely got out. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We've
So,
we've been out since June 7th.
okay. Yeah. I think ours was like the 13th, maybe.
Okay.
Or, yeah, it's been about a week or so because Ryan just got a job. So we're really excited about
Nice.
that.
How's that going?
It's good. I love
Yeah.
having him have his own money. I don't have to give him money
Yeah.
every day for food.
I
So
know. I
that's
need my
real
girls
good.
to start babysitting because they are
I know.
asking for a lot of money. It's like it's already
I
started.
know. I know. And then just you think that with summertime you don't have to make all the meals every single day, but that's even worse because then they're home all
Yep.
day.
Yep.
So,
Well, at least mine sleep in pretty late,
yeah.
so I'm really only making lunch maybe because they're not up for breakfast. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, we took the girls to the beach for a week, which I'll have to tell you all about that.
Oh,
But then we got back and then my youngest, Pops, she got invited to go to the beach with some family members. And so I let her go and she's like, "Well, you're going to give me money, right?" I was like, "Well, I'll give you some money, we're sure," because
right.
they're going like into Charleston and stuff to shop. And um, she's like, What do you think? Like 300 or what do you think?" I'm like, "Dude, you just went to the beach. What are you talking about? You don't
Oh,
need
that's
anything. Like, I'll
awesome.
give you some money to buy like a souvenir or something."
I
But
know. That's a lot of
it's
corn
like,
dogs.
I know. She's like, "Oh, what, like 300 or something?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." She's
Oh, you
got
gotta
like,
love it.
she's so funny. She
I
loves
know.
money, that kid.
Oh
She
my
loves to
gosh.
shop.
I love
But
it. Oh man. Well, and
yeah.
what do you think about the East Coast beaches? Are they nice?
So this is funny. Okay. So my husband and we have like he grew up on the East Coast and I grew up on the West Coast. And we always I grew up going to like Pismo and Avila or like down to San
Yeah.
Diego. And the beaches there are just so different. Like they're like legitimate like surfer dudes with like,
Right.
back in our day with like the swoop like
Oh,
hair
yes.
and,
Sun bleached.
talk
Yeah.
talked like surfer dudes and we're
Uh-huh.
super cute. And it was just like this whole surf vibe. I don't know. The beach just felt, I don't know.
Beachy.
I don't even know how to articulate it. It was just a different experience. Then you go to the East Coast beaches and they like some of them you can drive on the beach.
Oh, wow.
Some of them have like boardwalks with like rides and Ferris wheels. Like it kind of reminded me, this beach we went to kind of reminded me of the beach. Remember the movie Beaches? That's like our movie
Yes.
Beaches.
Yes.
So they had that whole boardwalk. I think
Yep.
that beach was in New York. But anyway, this beach had a boardwalk and it had like rides and a Ferris
Oh,
wheel.
wow.
And but when we rolled into town, it was a Sunday late afternoon and it was kind of dead. And my husband was like kind of showing us around the boardwalk and I was like, "Where did you bring us?" I was actually kind of pissed for like the first day because I was like, I mean, not that I want to spoil my kids all the time. So,
Right.
obviously we've taken them to Europe a couple of times. We've done like the Bahamas like they've gone on great trips. They've both been
Right.
to New York City. They've been all around. So, look, they don't always need to go on like these bougie vacations, nor should they. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
raise like entitled assholes, but
Right.
also like this is my vacation too. So I'm like, am I going to be hanging out in this
Mm-hmm.
like redneck beach? You know, because you hear about like Myrtle Beach can be kind of like,
Yes. Yeah.
and that's what it was feeling like. And I'm like, "Ugh, I need to just be like appreciative that we're on vacation, appreciative that
Right.
we're at the beach." And I was really trying to like get over my shit.
Yeah.
And so the first night the kids are walking around the boardwalk, it's kind of dead. Like I buy them tickets to ride rides. Half the rides aren't even like working yet because I guess the people who set it all up had just got there that day, so they don't even have all the rides going. It was kind of depressing looking. It seemed like a
Right.
town that was like depressed. We
Yeah.
go to this bar and have a drink while we're waiting for the kids to ride rides. I felt like I was in Tijuana. Like it was like what? So I'm just like my anger is like building inside of me, and I'm
And you're like, how
trying
can I
to.
be angry on a vacation? But I'm pissed. I'm
Oh,
pissed.
and it's like, and also like he grew up doing this. And so this was
Right.
like, he was
couldn't wait to
excited
show you.
about showing
Right.
the kids. And
Yes.
I'm thinking to myself, you are a heartless bitch. Like, you are the worst person in the world. And I was like fighting with myself internally about how I like felt, but how I
Aw,
should felt, you know, I had like the angel and the devil.
no,
And
yes.
so anyway, so that night it was fine. We went back to our house, and the house we rented was super cute. And it was right across the street from the beach. So it was easy access. That was all great. So then the next day, as the week went on, well, let me back up. The beach, we went to the beach the next day, and the beach was great, super clean. The water was actually pretty clear, and it was so much warmer on the West Coast. I mean, sorry,
Right.
the water is so much warmer on the East Coast.
Yeah.
So that was great. So I'm like, okay, all these little things are making me feel better about it. And then as the week went on, more people showed up. It kind of became a vibe.
Right.
And then it was like, oh, this place is kind of fun and kitschy. And then,
Yeah.
you know, everybody was at the boardwalk, and there was a band, and there was a lot of people. And so it was just like, I think because it had just gotten started for the season and we got there a little early, it just
Yeah.
seemed a little lonely and depressed. But as people
Yeah.
showed up, it got a vibe, and I ended up falling in love with it. It was so
Yeah.
great. We had the best time.
Oh,
We just found our little favorite places that we like to go, and the kids ended up having a great time. Um, my daughter, and we might have to cut this out if she gets mad at me for saying this,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
my oldest like got her first kiss
Woo!
at the beach.
Little
Yes,
smooch. I love
I know.
it.
It's like so magical, right? You kind of go to the beach in the summer hoping like that something like that'll happen when you're that age, and
Of
it
course.
totally happened
Do you
for.
remember what happened to us? Well, you finish the story, and then I'm going to remind you of us getting kisses from boys at the beach.
Oh, no, so it was just so cute because all the girls, so like both my girls brought a friend. So it was like the 4 girls, and the whole time they're just like heads on a swivel, like looking for cute boys. And I totally remember being that
Oh
way when we went
yes.
to the
Oh
beach,
yes.
always wanting to like scope out the cute boys. And so actually the first night we were there, was it the first? No, it was the second night we were there. The girls had gone to the beach. It was kind of overcast during the day, but towards the end of the day, it started clearing up. They're like, we want to go to the beach. So we just walked over there with towels. We didn't do the whole like
Right.
load up. And they just like got in the water right away and had the best time. And there were these
Oh.
boys who were surfing, and they had gotten out of the water. And my youngest and her friend were like chasing them down and got their snap for their older sister.
Of course.
And
Of
it was so
course.
funny. They were great wingmen, but it was just this whole fun
Uh,
vibe all week of them just like shooting their shot, having a good
oh
time,
my
and just being
gosh.
independent. So it was really cute. We had a lot of fun.
Oh, I love that. I
So
know that
yeah.
it reminds me of when we went to go see my Aunt Margie in Carmel.
Oh my
Do you
God.
remember that?
Yes.
And we like
Yes.
how did we met some boys. I don't know if you remember this story, but we met some
Um,
boys and we like went
yeah,
back
no,
to their root.
do you remember we met them like on the highway?
Was that what it was?
We
I don't remember
no,
that part.
well, there was like not really a highway, but it was like kind of a windy road that
Yeah,
went through Carmel, and we are like
right.
honking the horn, like what?
Yeah.
And then somehow we ended up pulling over with them, and then like followed them back to their
Yeah.
place and like hung
Yes.
out with them. And then
Yes.
you pretended like you got drunk and passed out because we were like looking at each other like these guys are kind of weird. And so
Oh
you
my
you
gosh.
played like you
That was
played
always our go-to. That was
possum.
always our
Yeah.
go-to, like,
You played possum. It's like
yeah.
we were talking, and all of a sudden you're like, I got a step jump. And then next thing you know, you're like just out, passed out. And I'm like, oh, guys, I really got to get her home. I'm sorry about this,
My
man.
alcoholic
Okay.
friend.
Yeah, she's really been in trouble lately. I got to get her to rehab. That's
Oh
so
my
funny.
gosh, that was
At
how
least
we
we
got out of
knew
it.
at least we knew like each other so well we could play off of that. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
knew when we just kind of looked at each other in the eye.
Yeah.
Like we're like sisters like that. We look at each
Yes.
other in the eye, and we can talk to
Yes.
each other with our eyes, and we're like,
Yep.
yep, we're out.
Yep.
But I mean, we should have
Exactly.
been murdered like 20 times.
Oh my gosh, the things that we did. I mean, it really
I
is
don't even
scary.
I don't even tell my girls half of it because I'm like, oh, because I'm afraid they're gonna think, oh, well, if mom did it, it's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's okay, mom. It's okay to follow
Yeah.
somebody on the side of the road, pull over, and then follow them home.
There may not have been
Oh.
like some uh oh, I guess we weren't drinking and driving, but
No.
maybe we
We were
were.
definitely smooching though, and I remember just getting, like, overwhelmed because I was like, "Oh, no, what are we gonna" like, I
Yeah,
wanna get out of here, so but it was fun. But
yeah.
those were more
But
innocent times. They were.
it was well, and it wasn't. These are different times. Let's just say
Yes.
that you have to be a
Yeah,
lot more careful these
I
days.
know. It is really
So,
scary. Now, do you
well, and
guys
I
have
think
any
we
fun, like, summer traditions that you guys do?
Well, so we're up in our mountain house right now. As you can
Yeah.
see, it's like the different
Yes. I know. Look at
background.
that
There's tree.
beautiful background.
Well, I tried to get a better view, but the lighting wasn't good for me, so I had to
Right.
change to a
Yeah.
shittier background. But
Well, it's pretty.
anyway, no, it is really pretty up here. So we come up here in the summertime. We spend most of the summer here. If we can, we'll go back into town like during the week a couple times. But we're lucky because my husband's taking time off work, so he's more
Yeah.
flexible. So we can be up here longer. But we come up here. It's great because we can. He likes to golf. We'll play tennis. Girls are getting into tennis. They have pickleball. There's a
Yeah.
river that runs through it, so we can fish or just go hang out on the
Oh,
river. We do that. We'll float
sounds
the river.
dreamy. Oh,
Um,
we need
and
to come
then
up there sometime for 4th of July.
you really do. And that's what I was just
Yeah.
getting at. The 4th of July here is huge. There's like 1,500 people that come up and it's like a
Oh
big party. So
man. I
it's
love
really
it.
fun. So that's what we're
Yes.
doing. And then we have a couple other trips. We're taking Charlie to Boston to see the Foo Fighters at Fenway Park, which I'm
Oh
so
my
excited.
gosh. I
We
love
saw
that.
we saw Pearl Jam there. I think it was 2015.
Yeah.
And it was like one of the best shows ever. It's just such a great, like, it's a baseball field, it's like
Oh yeah.
to see a concert there is
Yeah.
incredible.
And there's a
So
lot
we're
of
doing
history there
that.
too.
I love Boston so much. So
Yeah.
just my husband and I are taking her there, and Poppy will be at volleyball camp. And yeah, so we just are doing that. And then got to take the little one down to Florida for another volleyball camp later this summer.
Oh, the
And
camps. Oh
I
my
know.
gosh. I know.
So,
Well, we always
but it
do
keeps him busy.
the sign, the welcome summer sign, where the
Oh
kids will like
yeah.
run through it. And I'll have to get permission from my son, but if I can insert the video from last year when
Oh my
he ran
gosh.
through, he jumped up instead of running through and hit his head. It was pretty comical. But I
Oh
was
my
like, oopsie.
gosh.
So this year I was like, I had the two other kids hold the sign and he ran through it. But we are also going to a concert, which I love live music. It's
I
my
know,
favorite.
especially in the summer. It's so fun.
Yeah, but we're going to see you have to help me with this name, Ray
Oh,
LaMontagne.
my mom
I don't know how he says
Lamonte.
this. How do you say his name? I don't even know. Ray
Ray
LaMontagne.
Lamont. My brother and I actually have a joke about that because whenever we say his name, we're like Ray Lamont. Like we just like mumble it.
You're
No
like,
one
was
knows
there a
how to say
niner
his
in
name.
there?
No, no one knows how to say his name. You just
No, but
make
we're
it
gonna
up.
go see him. I'm so excited. It's gonna be
But
really
isn't it
good.
funny that we all know when we say Le Ram
Yes.
or
What
like
is
whatever?
it? French. I think it's French or something. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, it'll be good. That and just maybe
Oh,
go see a drive-in movie theater. We love doing that in the summertime. But it is hot in
mm,
California already. I don't know what the
yeah,
hell is going on. Normally it
it's
doesn't
really
get this
hot.
hot yet.
It's really hot in Charlotte too. It's like in the 90, like high 90s.
Yeah.
So in the mountains, it's
Same.
a lot cooler, which is why we spend a lot of time up here
Right.
in the summertime.
Yeah.
It's still warm, but it's not crazy humid like it is in Charlotte and
Right.
gross.
Now, do you guys keep
So
fireflies?
we do.
Oh,
Yes,
it's
I
my
love them.
favorite. That's the one
I
thing I
know.
I remember when, Joe and I were stationed in Nebraska. It was our very first duty station, and I was doing the dishes, looking out the window, brand new married couple, and I see these little, like, bits of light, like, they were just kind of going off, and I was
Hmm.
like, "What is that?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" And I said, "What in the heck is that?" And he ran outside and grabbed, like, a jar full of them. And then he
Oh
showed me
yeah.
how you can squish them on your forehead, and it makes sure like, they glow, their guts glow.
They're so pretty. I love
I
fireflies. We call
know,
them
it's the
they're called
best.
lightning bugs. They call them lightning bugs in the South.
Yeah, yeah, and we don't
So
have them here because it's not humid, so
I
it's a
know.
humid
So I
thing.
guess yeah, I love summer nights in the South. They're
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
magical. Pretty
Oh, yeah.
magical. But yeah, it's been kind of a crazy summer. You know, I have a lot on my plate. I was looking forward to a break this summer, and I keep adding things to my
Yeah.
plate.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to come up here to the mountains and have a chance to relax and decompress. And it's been like anything but that. It's been like one thing after another. Of course, I signed up for another. I was asked to be on the board here at our club. And so, of course, it's like an honor to be asked to do it and be elected and all that stuff, but it's like one more thing. So I've just been like, it's been coming at me from all angles, and I'm just feeling a little like overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Um, it's like I have a lot of jobs that I don't get paid for.
Yeah, I know, seriously, yeah.
but but anyway, so I just yesterday I had the worst anxiety. So we
Oh,
got up here on Thursday, and every night it's been something, which it's all been really fun stuff. Like
right.
we're with friends or we're going to dinners, like there's music in the park every night. And so, but it's like every night, it's like we're going out, we're eating and we're drinking and and I'm not
Mhm.
sleeping well. And then get up, try and get some exercise or motivate to do something after, cause you have a couple drinks at night, like you just aren't motivated, right? But it's
Right.
summer, so we're like wanting to have fun and we're seeing our friends. So it's all great stuff. But man, I think it might be that. I think it's just like the accumulation of like multiple nights of having a couple cocktails
Yeah.
and not eating as healthy as I'd like to and not sleeping as well as I
Yeah.
would have hoped. And then just not getting, being sore from,
Yeah.
not getting good night's sleep. So I just yesterday it was weird. I was not in a good place.
Mhm.
I forced myself to get up and go for a walk, and I took the dog down to the river, and I went and watered my garden, and I was just, like,
Yeah.
trying to do whatever I could to, like, get a mental health break, but man, I was just, like, not one thing it wasn't like anything had happened to
Right.
put me in a funk, but I was just, like I was, like, on the verge of tears all day, my stomach
Yeah.
hurt, it was just weird, and I'm like, "This has gotta be anxiety." My heart was racing. In fact, I
That's the
couldn't
worst
sleep last
feeling.
night. Yeah, I couldn't go to sleep last night again, and so I went into the guest room. I was, like, 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm still just, like, laying there. So it's been
Right.
crazy, but I did recognize, like, later in the day, I was like, "This is just anxiety. I'm having bad
Right.
anxiety from all these things that I'm
Mhm.
thinking of and all these responsibilities and things I need to get done, and I don't wanna let people down." And,
Overstimulation.
yeah, and
Right.
so I I had some friends reach out and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna go for a walk around." We have this loop that's pretty strenuous because it's pretty hilly. And I really didn't want to go because my stomach hurt. I wasn't feeling great. I was like, no, you need to go. So I got up
Mhm.
and I went, and it did make me feel a lot better.
Yeah.
And then I got up this morning and I played tennis. So I'm just like forcing myself to get
Yep.
outside and go do things because I will definitely fall in the I want to stay in bed all day and just feel sorry for
Yes.
myself.
Right.
But I know that if I do that, it's gonna be compounded because I'm just gonna like, it's not gonna go away. I
Yeah.
have to get
Yeah.
out and go do something. So it's interesting because I was, like, so excited for summer, so excited to get up here, and so excited to see all my friends up here. And I
Mhm.
mean, we've had, like I said, great time, but I think maybe it's just the drinking. I think I need to,
Right.
like, find alternatives. I need to do my soberish
I
maybe a couple
know.
days a week and
I go through that myself, and
Mhm.
I'm just really sensitive to alcohol. I have a love-hate relationship with it, and I have found my sweet spot is one drink. If I'm gonna do it, I have to
Yeah.
just have one cocktail and then just stop there and drink the rest, like do a mocktail for the rest of the night or do a soberish cocktail, something like that, because it just to me it just dumps all my serotonin, and so then I feel
Mhm.
like I have to build it back up again, and
Yeah.
that takes a while sometimes. But I feel like with us, you've got so many things going on. You're overstimulated, you're overscheduled. You
Mhm.
are definitely the hostess with the mostest, so you're the one that's doing probably all the meals and making the plans and making everything nice, and so it's tough that way too because a lot of stuff is probably on your shoulders. But also, what were they saying? Like, the ages between 40 and 55 is when a woman is the most depressed, just
Yeah.
hormonally too.
Right.
So, it could be a little bit of
Well,
that too.
yeah, I was telling you earlier when we were chit-chatting, I mean, this is very personal, but, like, a few years ago, I was feeling, like, very hopeless. And I
Yeah.
think it is, like, that time you're going through menopause because your body's changing and you don't realize it. I mean, you don't your body doesn't feel like your own. You're putting on
Right.
weight, you can't
Yep.
take it off. Your hormones are imbalanced, you're, like, kinda chemically
Right.
imbalanced, right?
Yeah.
And I've never been like an overly depressive person. I mean, I have days where
Right.
I'm like in a funk or feel blue, but never where I feel like hopeless. And I would
Mhm.
never, but it's just that was really scary to me because
Yeah.
I was like, why am I feeling this
Mhm.
way?
Yeah. No, that happened to me
So
though too because, my husband Joe he was out of a job for a couple months. He's in an apprenticeship program right now. So sometimes it's either a feast or famine with work.
right, right.
And it was like getting down to the wire. Like I mean, it was getting bad. So I had a panic attack, like an actual panic attack. It was the weirdest thing. I was driving to work and all of a sudden all these like dark thoughts came into my mind and nothing's ever going to work out and it's always going to be this way and then all of a sudden like my pits were sweating and my heart rate was like pounding out of my chest and I had my girlfriend coming in for her facial and she hugged me and she was like, "April, I could feel your heart like pounding out of your chest." It was so weird. I've
Mm,
never experienced something like that before. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, what is happening? So you can have like a physical reaction to all these things. But what I learned with that is if you can stop and learn and just breathe in to a count of 10 and then hold it and breathe out count of 10, it will instantly calm your nervous system down. But it's freaky when you're going through stuff like that.
It is. I mean, as you're talking, I know, I'm sorry, I'm looking down, you guys, because I thought I saved something the other day because what we were talking about, it's like when you're feeling like yesterday, I said I was feeling sad or something. I thought I
Right.
saved it because I
Is
wanted
it
to
the one
send
that
it
says
to
like take a
you.
shower and if you're
Yeah, it's
feeling
like, yeah,
yes.
that's what it is. It's like if you,
I'll insert it here.
yeah, put it in there because it was like something like if you're feeling sad, take a walk. If you're mad,
Yeah.
go lift weights. If you're
Right. If you hate the world, eat or something like that.
yeah, something like that.
If you
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
like the world hates you, sleep. Like there's like
yeah.
different things. So
Exactly.
we'll put
Yes,
it
I
in
saw
there.
that,
Yeah.
and I was just looking for it because I didn't want to misrepresent
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah.
that was a good thing to read. It was like the perfect timing. So,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
anyway, I've had a panic attack before too, and
Yeah.
it's one of the scariest things because it comes out of nowhere. It
Yeah.
literally does. Like I remember I
Mm-hmm.
was actually driving. I think my husband was I think he was living somewhere else because he had just taken a new job out of state and I was
Right.
still at our home trying to get everything packed up and I had the girls, but I'd gone back to um my I'd gone back to Bakersfield to see my mom
Mm-hmm.
for Mother's Day and we spent time together and I drove back home and it was like a
Right.
4.5 hour drive with my two young girls. And I remember like being sad because I wanted to stay with her. And and I was like, I don't really need to get back. I mean, the girls were in school, but they were like in elementary school. It was
Right.
like, first and third grade. So if they missed a
Yeah.
day, it's not like the end of the world. But for whatever reason, like my husband was like, they need to be back in school. And I was just like, okay, fine, whatever. So I drove back 5 hours on Mother's Day. So I was already kind of like annoyed about that
Mm-hmm.
and feeling like scared about moving probably across the
Yep.
country because we're moving across the country. And I walked in the house and there was the carbon monoxide detector was going off.
Oh
And so then I
gosh.
panicked thinking like there was some sort of
Yeah.
like leak or something. And turns out it was just like the batteries in it or something. We're dead. We're dying.
Oh
And
my
so
gosh.
it beeps like that to tell you to change the batteries, right? So if
Right.
there's power outage, it'll run off battery, right? But for me, I was like, oh my God. And I thought I smelled gas. I thought I smelled
Yeah.
something. And so then my brain went into just like, I just lost my shit. Like it
Right.
wasn't even anything that probably would have triggered me normally, but like I literally broke down. I couldn't breathe. I
Mm.
fell on the floor. I was just like hyperventilating. I'm like, you
Yeah,
need to
it's
call an
terrifying.
ambulance. Like something's happening, call an ambulance. I had no idea. It was
Ugh.
crazy.
Ugh.
So
That's
it was like,
I hate
it
that.
takes your breath away. You can't catch your breath.
Yeah, no, and
Yeah.
it's just like a flush and it's just you feel like you're a prisoner in your body. So that's what I didn't like.
Right.
But
Yeah.
for anybody that's listening, if you have these things and you're feeling this way, especially at our age, just know that it's normal. Of course, you need to go see a doctor if it doesn't go away.
Mhm.
But, just give yourself so much grace and know that we're all in it together. You're not
Right.
alone and it's okay. But I did have on a happier note, I had a win this week.
Okay.
So I know it sounds super cheesy to a lot of people, and they'll probably be like, "What the hell?" But it was a huge win for me. So, as you guys know, I was raised Mormon, and we recently left the church. And I have not worn shorts. I was like seriously trying to think of the last time I ever wore. I mean, I haven't worn shorts
Mm,
in like 20. Well, it'd be like 24 years ever since I went
wow.
through. Yeah. So I
So are you
decided.
wait a minute. You're not allowed to wear shorts?
Well, you are allowed, but it's always like the Bermuda shorts, like the ones that go
So
down to
like
the
the long
knees.
ones?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. So, and that's not very flattering on my legs because I've got the cute
Right.
the little legs, the little, I don't have the long horse legs that I wish I had. And of course, all my friends here have like these long, skinny, gorgeous
Oh
legs.
yeah, I know. I'm
But
always
yeah,
jealous of people with long legs.
that's my part, my favorite part of a woman's body is her legs.
Yeah.
It's like, I want those, like, I want the legs that have like the little line on the thigh on the side,
Yep.
they're totally
Exactly.
muscular. So, anyways, I just decided. So, I went to see one of my girlfriends. Her name is Trisha, and she's amazing. She's a healer and a life coach. And so she's the one that came over with us.
Yeah.
So her and I were talking, and she's like, "Well, it sounds like this is the summer where where you wear shorts." Because I was telling her it's going to be another freaking 100-degree summer, and I'm stuck
Mhm.
covering my damn legs. Like, I'm 47 years old. Why don't I not give a shit yet?
Right.
And so she said, it's time. And so she challenged me. She's like, I challenge you to wake up, love your body. Like I rub my legs and I tell my legs, I love you legs, and it's not even that it's like a Mormon background. It's also that I feel like my legs are chunky, that, they have cellulite and stretch marks and
Right.
varicose
You're just not happy
veins
with them.
and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so she's like, no one cares. No one
Yeah.
cares. No one gives a shit. Like no one's looking. No one cares. We think they are, but really they aren't. And so I didn't even have any. So I had to take out like a pair of old sweats and cut them off. And I cut them off like mid thigh. Like I was not doing the
Good for
Bermuda
you.
short thing. I'm like, that's
Good for
not,
you.
I don't think unless you have those long skinny legs, you can do the
Right.
Bermudas. So I put on my shorts and I took the dog for a walk and I just strutted my stuff and it felt so good. It was like cool and it felt good. And
Yes.
guess how many people cared that I had shorts on?
Zero.
Exactly. No one looked at my
Yeah.
legs. Well, maybe they did and said
I know.
I looked good.
That's awesome. That's so great. I'm so proud of you. I know it's liberating because I think a lot of times we stay covered up because we're ashamed of our bodies and,
Yes.
or like what we once had, we don't have anymore. And that's a
Mhm.
really tough pill to swallow, especially if like you've had, somewhat of a nice figure and you start kind of losing that. I know that I really struggle with that. And I wish it's so funny because I always thought like, oh, I wish I could just lose 5 pounds. I wish I had the body that I was upset with like 10 years ago.
I
It's like I would love to have
know.
that body. But that same at the beach, I was just like, I treated my my summer body like I saw this on Instagram. Someone posted it. It's like I treated my summer body like I did like my school projects. Like I started working on it the night before. So I was like drinking my smooth move tea, trying to like cleanse everything, and I was like thinking I was gonna wake up with like a super flat like 6-pack and like not a chunky but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the beach and I'm going to have fun with my kids.
Yeah.
Because they're teenagers and they're in the water and they don't care. In fact, I made a comment to my daughter that I was like, you know what? I don't feel like I would love to lose like 15 pounds. Like that would be like ideal for me to feel like kind of where I was, what my happy weight, 10, 15 pounds from where I am right now. So I was really kind of feeling self-conscious about being in a bathing suit. And I was, I don't really like to talk about weight with my girls because I want to have like them to have healthy body positivity.
Yeah.
But I also am like, but I need to also be realistic and tell them like, it's okay to like, and I just told my daughter, I said, look, I'm not exactly happy with the way my body looks right now, but that's okay. I said, it is what it is. I said, that's not going to stop me from getting in a bathing suit and going in the water and having fun with you swimming. And I just had to get over myself because I'm not going to sit on the beach and watch them and not be involved. I mean, I only have 3 more years until my older daughter goes to college. I'm going to remember being in the water swimming with her as opposed to sitting on the beach and just watching them. And so I just had to be like, get over your shit, April, and just get in the water and hang out with your girls. And who cares if you got a couple extra dimples or your stomach's not as flat as it used to be. Like, just who cares?
Get in the water.
It was liberating because I just was like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I know. And it's such a good example too that, you know what, we can be a little uncomfortable and still do the right thing, still get inside the water and make those memories with your kids and have fun because why the heck not? I mean, and guess what? No one was looking at you. You know what I mean? It's like no one gives a shit. No one's going to be like, hey, do you remember that girl that was at the beach that was wearing that?
No. And I always feel like we think we're bigger than we are.
Right. Yes.
Because I'm like, I still like fit in like my clothes. I mean, some of them are a little tighter, but it's not like I've gone like 2 or 3 sizes above what I used to be. I'm just like a smidge above where I would like to be.
Right.
And that's, it's attainable. And it's like, look, people might look at me and say like, oh my gosh, what are you talking about? You're not overweight, but we all have that weight that we feel comfortable with. Right.
Yes.
And so, I know, look, I told my husband, I was like, look, could my body be better? Yep. Could it be a lot worse? Yep. So I'm actually like, it's all good. And I think it also motivated me like, okay, I do need to like I said, get out and go walk or be more motivated and not even motivated, just disciplined. Because discipline, it's hard to be motivated. You just have to be disciplined and create good habits. And if you keep, as long as I keep getting up and doing those things, it'll happen. But anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of
Yeah,
you
but
for
you
getting in
know,
those shorts.
well, thank you. And even Emma had said that, my daughter. She's like, "Mom, I'm so proud of you. That's so great." And I'm just like, I think also too, and this is something that Trisha was saying, that if we show up authentically, we allow other women to as well. And
Hmm.
it's like if I show up and I'm wearing my shorts and maybe I have a little cellulite that you guys see, then that will tell the other girl with cellulite, you know what? I don't have to cover up. Everyone has
Right.
cellulite. Like it's okay. Like it doesn't matter. And I'm lucky that I have a husband that's, always loved whatever size I was, because I have definitely gone the whole spectrum of, small to bigger for sure. And I want to love myself no matter what size,
Hmm.
and so I think it's just important that we just fall so madly. That's what she was saying too. Loving yourself is going to be the greatest love story of your life, is
Hmm.
loving yourself.
Yeah, I love that.
And so
Yeah,
I
I
loved
mean,
that.
I think like you said, us getting up and swimming with our kids and doing all that
Yes.
is teaching other women that,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be sitting down. You should be getting up
Yeah.
and it's okay. Like if we just sat down, we're saying like you need to cover up.
Exactly.
And that
And
and
also
that's
get in the
just
pictures too. That's
yeah.
another thing, like get in the picture. Don't let it
Hmm.
just be your kids and your husband, or, just your kids or what. Get in the pictures with them,
Right.
because
I
they're
feel
going to want
like
that.
do you feel like I'm guilty of staying out of pictures?
Mhm.
Do you have I felt like like going through menopause that my face has got puffier. Do
Right.
you
Well, and
know
that's why
did
I gua
yours?
sha. Yes, of
Yeah,
course. Yes.
I've been doing that more too.
Yeah.
I've been gua
Yeah.
sha and I think, I got off my pellets, so I'm
Yep.
not doing the pellets anymore. And
Right.
I wanted to give everybody an update on that because I had way too much testosterone, and I think that
Mm,
was making my face look
yeah.
puffier. I do feel like
Right.
it's slimmed out a little bit.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of on the hunt for another um alternative to that. And
Right.
I am gonna go see a functional medical doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, because they can put it in a cream for you. That's what I do. That's how
Right.
I get my
Yeah.
testosterone. And I just do it a
Because it's
couple times
nice.
a week, which is nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
And I think the pellet was good while it lasted, but I
yeah.
think I need
Well,
to
it was
move on
really
to something
great.
else.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
need to move
just the
on to
only
something
problem
else.
with that is you can't control it. It's like
Hmm.
once it's in, it has to metabolize or whatever it does inside your
Yeah.
body. So,
Right.
but yeah, no, I think that, and then also getting a food sensitivity test too.
Yeah.
That's such a bummer. But as much as I love coffee, I'm like, what the hell? I can finally drink coffee now. But every time I do, I can see that my face gets a little swollen. Yeah, it's so weird. Anyways, but yeah, so get your food sensitivity test too, because I coffee is in my red zone. That's the
Mm,
biggest son of a bitch, right? It's like, are you
that
serious?
sucks.
Love coffee
Yeah.
so much. So I'll still have it every once in a while, but if I drink it for like a week straight, then I can tell my face is getting a little
Yeah.
swollen. But yeah, I do love the gua sha. And I keep looking at this too. I have to tell you guys a little trick that I just learned. It's so awesome. Thanks to TikTok, I swear. Okay, do you ever wear two necklaces together like this and then they always get tangled?
Yes, they get tangled. Yes.
Okay, so there's a trick that you can do. So you undo your necklaces and then you connect them together. So you like connect them this way. So this little hoop goes to
Oh,
this one, and then you know what I'm talking about? And
yeah.
then when you do that, what you can do, let me put this down so you guys can see it. So then let's say I want this to be longer. You just pull one of the chains and then the other one goes up.
Oh my gosh.
Is that
That's
so cool?
genius.
So then
That is
your chains are always
genius.
the way you want it to be. They never tangle, which is so nice. And it's because I wonder if I can show you guys
I
how,
know
see
exactly what you
how
mean.
it's,
You hook one into the other one. You hook them into the
yes.
opposite ones.
Yeah. See how it's like, well, I guess that doesn't
Yeah.
really make, yeah. So anyways, that's my little, isn't that the coolest little trick? Thank you, TikTok.
That is such a great
So
trick. Oh my
yeah. So
gosh.
if you have the two chains, then you can do that. So I love that.
Awesome.
Yes. Okay, so we're at 33 minutes. We're gonna I thought I could do a couple questions for you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So you guys, I got this from, oh, it's gonna, is that backwards? Is it showing
No,
backwards?
I can see it normal. It says, tell me more.
Yeah, so tell me more. This is a little box, a game of questions for deeper connection. So I just got it from Amazon and we'll link it down below. We need to learn how to do like an Amazon store. I don't know how to
I
do any of
know.
that kind of stuff, you guys. But we'll pull a couple questions and we'll see what it
Sounds
is.
good.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. First one. All right. What's something you often wish people knew or understood about you?
Mm, that, oh gosh, something I wish people knew or understood about me. I guess that I'm no nonsense. Like
Mm,
I'm genuine, but I'm no nonsense.
right.
I don't know.
And you
Is
know what
that
I
a
would
good
add to
answer?
that? I'm gonna
What?
we can answer after the other one too. I would
Okay.
say with you is like what you see is what you get. That's what I love
Yeah.
about you. You know,
Yeah.
it's
I
like
guess that's kind of what I mean. Yeah.
it's so refreshing. I just love that. It's like if you
Yeah.
say something, you mean it.
Right.
And that's
I
hard.
and yeah, and I think too, I I don't like small talk. I like
Mhm.
to get, I like to
Yeah.
really get to the meat of things. I want to know about
Yes.
all your family trauma.
Right. Let's do big talk. We want to do big talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, there was this
Exactly.
thing on Instagram today that said, "I don't do small talk. So tell me if you believe in aliens and do you think Tupac is still alive?"
That's so funny. That's me. That's
And
me.
I
I do
say
not
yes
want
to
to talk
both.
about I don't want to talk about the weather. Like, tell me your
Exactly.
deepest, darkest
Exactly.
secrets.
I know. Tell
What's
me if
what's yours?
when you're making your husband coffee in the morning and you put the stevia in, do you pretend like it's
Yeah.
poison? Oh, is that just me?
So
That's just
funny. Oh,
me.
yeah.
Okay, next question. All right, this one will be for me. If you could, oh my gosh, how funny that I picked this one. If you could be famous for something, what would you want it to be?
Oh,
Oh my gosh, that's a
okay.
good one. So,
Think
if
long
I
and
could
hard
be
about that.
famous for something, what would I want it to be? I would love to be famous because I created a pantyhose that you can wear at the beach with your bathing suit, but it looked like skin. And then
Did you just call
everybody
it
could just
did you just call it a pantyhose? What the fuck? Oh, wait, I gotta stop you right there. A pantyhose.
pantyhose. I've always
Come
wanted to
on.
be able to create pantyhose that you could wear at the beach so that
Okay,
your
I
legs
like
look
that.
damn good. But they're like you could go in the water and the sand and you're not full of
Yeah.
it, all of it. I don't know. That'd be so funny. But yeah, if I could be famous, truly, truly, it'd be from being a Hallmark movie star. Let's face it.
Yeah.
That poisons her husband.
That fills the stevia bottle uh with
Ah,
what's a poison that cyanide.
antifreeze.
Yeah, you're slowly killing them every day. Poor Joe. You don't deserve to die, Joe.
Listen, oh my gosh, you want to hear poor Joe? My poor husband, you
Yeah.
guys. So he works all the time. And when I know he's got a little couple days in a row off, I have to make all the plans. Like all
Yeah.
of the doctor's appointments. He's getting his teeth cleaned. Like he's working
Yeah.
12 hours a day, you guys, driving 4 hours a day, working 12 hours a day, and then comes home and just like falls flat on his face. So I planned him to get a colonoscopy the day
Oh
after
my
4th of
gosh.
July. The
You're
day
so
after 4th
evil.
of July. Yeah.
Shut up. No, you need
Yeah,
to reschedule that.
the only
Nope.
time we can do it. It's the only time
Nope.
we can do
Nope.
it.
Mm-mm. Nope. I'm putting my foot down.
That's what all my
That is
elephants said too. They were like, "Are you kidding me, April? He's not going to be
no.
able to drink, have a hot dog." I'm
Yeah.
like, "He's
No.
fine. He's fine."
April. No. I'm fucking putting my foot down right now. You are not.
Joe,
No way.
don't
Joe.
don't
Joe, I got your
listen.
back. Nope.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
we're going to be getting something up his back hole is what's going to be happening. So he's going to get his butthole checked because he eats too much fast food. So we're going to leave it at that.
Okay. Wow.
Okay,
Mm-mm. Nope.
let's see. This is your question. Ready?
Okay.
What are you pretty sure you could never ever tire of?
Never tire of travel.
Oh yeah, good answer.
I love traveling.
Mhm.
Love different cultures and
Yeah, I like that one.
love adventure.
Yeah. Okay, here's the next one. What's a small decision you made that changed your life in a big way?
Mm.
Ooh, what's a small decision? I mean, I can think of big ones easy. Well, let's see. A small decision. Well, I'm going to say my win this week. Wearing
Yes.
shorts. That's a small
Yeah.
decision, but it was like my first, I feel like it was my first like I don't give a shit. This is who I
Right.
am.
It
If you don't
opened a
like it,
door.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Okay.
one. Okay, do another
All
one.
right. Here's the next one. What's something you want and are also a little bit afraid of?
Mm. Freedom.
I was going to say backdoor since we said that earlier. Just kidding.
Backdoor. This isn't a question for my husband. This is a question for me. So, I would say freedom, because it's like freedom. I always want more freedom, right? To go off and do whatever I want. But then it also scares me, like, because structure is good. I mean, structure is good for me. So sometimes I feel when you have too much freedom, you waste too much time.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that
You
made me
know?
think of like when you were saying you needed a day off and you could stay in bed. I've done that before. I've
Mhm.
just been like, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to just stay in bed. I don't even know if I even brushed my teeth. And it was not as fun as I thought it would be.
No, because I mean, the days that I do have freedom,
Yeah.
and I don't have anywhere to be, you want to know what I do? I
What?
find myself scrolling through my phone.
Oh, I
But,
know.
but it's like when I have more structure to my day and I know I have to get stuff done, I'm much more
Productive and happy.
productive. Yes. Yeah. So I think
I
I
get
need
that.
I need structure.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I
I
like
don't know if
that.
that's a good answer or not, but that's
No,
just what
I
came
love
to
that.
mind.
It's always a good answer. Okay, we'll do a couple more.
Okay.
If you could ask your future self a question, what would it be?
Ooh, that's for you.
Okay. If I could ask my future self a question, what would it be? Did we buy the house from Something's Gotta Give? Just something small. Just something small, you guys. That's my
Yeah.
dream home. Like, is that too much to ask? And if I can't have that one,
It's
then can I please have the one from What Lies Beneath? Those
yeah.
two,
Those are
like
both good
East Coast
ones.
cottages. Oh my gosh, that would just be amazing. But
Mine would be did you ever get to sleep with Brad Pitt?
Did you have a threesome with your best friend with
Yeah.
Brad Pitt?
Oh, that would be
man.
mine.
Oh gosh, I swear. Okay, here we go. Okay, we'll do two more. Okay.
Okay.
What's one okay, what's one of the best compliments you've ever received?
Me?
Yeah.
Hmm. When people tell me that my kids are good or well behaved, that is a huge compliment to me,
Yes.
because it makes me feel
Yes.
like I'm doing something right there.
You are. You've got such great
Yeah.
kids. But I'm gonna make you go deeper. I want to hear something about you specifically.
Mm. Something specifically about me. Um, I guess, well, recently, so I told you I just got elected to the board of our club here. And I think because it was a unanimous decision to bring me on, and just feeling like people telling me that they're excited for me because of the value I bring
Yes.
made me, like, that really meant a lot to me, because to feel valued, that was a
Of
very big
course.
compliment, that they value
Totally.
my opinion and my,
Yep.
just what I bring to the table. That was like, whoa, okay, that's
Yeah.
great.
You matter. I
So
love that.
thank you.
Yeah. And I think it's pretty awesome that you get such good grades. Like, that's
Oh,
amazing.
yeah,
Like, you're just a
thank
little
you.
studious girl, and you're such a damn good cook, too. You're such a good
Oh,
cook.
thank you.
So I could go on and on about that. Okay. So next one for me, or I guess last one. What's the biggest feeling you have right now? Oh, gratitude. Gratitude.
Mm,
I feel so grateful for so much. I mean, number one, that Joe's working again. Thank you.
yeah,
Very glad about that. But I'm just so thankful that I'm in the season that I'm in, that I have you, that I have my friends here, that I have my community, this beautiful home. We've got a pool, like just so much to be grateful for. Our health.
right.
I've got all three of my kids back home right now, even though it's
I
just for
know.
temporary time. I just feel so grateful for so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's important. I mean, there are
Yeah.
times when I get, like yesterday, when I get down and
Yeah.
I forget about all those things that I have that I should feel grateful for. But it also is okay to, like, feel the feels, because you
Yes,
kind of,
of
like you say,
course.
you gotta, to heal it, you gotta feel it, and you do have to feel it. But there are that I could not agree with you more. We have
Yeah.
our things are a little uncertain in our lives right now, but it's all
Right.
good stuff and it's fine, and it all, like,
Mhm.
come together. But sometimes there's a little bit of, fun in the mystery of the
Yeah.
unknown. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to embrace that.
The
And
joy's in the journey, right? It's not the
exactly,
destination. And that's
the
hard to
path is
say
the
when you're in the
path.
middle of it, but yeah.
Well, I know. Well, we've had a few things happen recently that we thought, okay, well, this is what the road we're going to take. And it hasn't worked
Mhm.
out. And for one reason or another, either it wasn't
Yeah.
right for us or whatever. And I just have to keep remembering, like, the path is the path. Like, there's a
Yeah.
reason that didn't work out. I know that
Yep.
sounds cheesy, but I
No,
really
it
always
is.
have to
Yeah.
think that way because, if this thing would have worked out, if we would have wanted that, it might not have been the best thing for us.
Yep. Yep.
So we really have to kind of just go with what the universe, the direction it's
Mhm.
taking you, and know that
Yeah.
it's going to work out for you. It's hard to think
Yep.
that way sometimes, but
Yep. And what's for
yeah,
you will never pass you.
yeah.
I mean, that is
Exactly.
the more you can figure that out and like you were saying, just let go, surrender,
Hmm.
and just be in the moment, love whatever you've got. I mean, the fact that we get to wake up today, we've already won the
Hmm.
lottery, right? And that we
Right.
breathe and our bodies move and all the things that, you don't have to worry, you don't think about it, but we've already won. So yeah, I
Exactly.
definitely, and that's something we could just take into this summer and just like
Yep.
live so grateful for all the little things and get with the kids, get with your family, your friends, and just enjoy every day that you've got.
Yeah, I think it's hard when I'm can be kind of a control freak, and
Right.
I'm a planner. So for
Yeah.
me to give up that control sometimes is hard,
Mhm.
but it's okay. Like, I'm actually
Yeah.
doing pretty good with it.
Yep. Day by day. Okay.
Yep.
Well, so should we do
All
our
right.
one and dones?
Showa, you want me to start or do you
Okay.
want to start?
Yes, you go.
Okay, so I love this stuff. This is
Ooh.
it's YSE. It's on here.
Okay. Okay.
YSE.
Oh,
It is
okay.
Molly Sims. You know the model Molly Sims?
Yeah.
So she has this. It is a wide awake brightening eye cream. So it's got this cute little applicator, and then it's just like so it's you put it under your
And that's the
eyes and
metal
it's
one, right? That's
uh
cooling.
yes, it's cooling, but then it's like a tinted. I can't do this. So it's
Mm.
tinted. You put it on and it kind of matches your skin tone. And you put it
Nice.
underneath your eyes and it just kind of like brightens it up a little bit. So it's tinted. I
Right.
still wear concealer. I put this on first, but then I still wear concealer. I mean, my bags are so bad right now because I have had zero sleep.
Oh
But
gosh, yeah.
this does at least help with like the puffiness and stuff. So I'll put this on with this little
Nice.
metal
Yeah, I like the
applicator because
applicator.
it stays cool, and then
Yeah.
you just like tap it in, and I really like it to
Yeah.
see. But
And
I like
then
this
how
brand.
much is it? Do you know?
So I want to say it's like 46,
Okay, not
but
bad.
we'll post it. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
too
we'll
bad.
we'll
And
link it
it's
below.
this has lasted forever. I've had this for a very long time. I should have wrote the date on it,
I
but
know. You know what? I wonder if you could even put it in the fridge.
you probably could.
I
Actually,
wonder
that's
if
a
it would
really good idea.
work if you did that, and then
I
you
put my eye patches in the fridge.
yeah, try that. See if
I
you like that.
will.
Okay, and
I
then
mean,
you
I
can
need
tell us
all the
next
help I
week if
can
you like
get
it.
with my eyes.
Don't we
Yeah,
all, girl? Don't
exactly.
we all?
Oh my God.
It's such
I'm
a
gonna look up the
bummer.
price. Sorry, I don't
Okay.
have the price.
No, that's totally fine.
Um,
I'll talk
while
about
you're
mine
doing
while
it.
you're looking that up. Okay, so mine is this perfect
Oh
aminos.
yes.
Have you guys ever
Good
tried? Have
stuff.
you tried this? All right,
I have.
so I have been trying this. I've done it for a week now, and I swear by it. So we're supposed to have 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes of waking up. And it's just, I don't always want to do like a protein shake
Hmm.
or food or whatever right away. So I actually have it right beside my bed. And in the morning, I wake up, I literally put there's five. That's the serving
I
size, which is
know.
a lot of pills. But I just pop them in my mouth and swallow them. And then I don't have to worry about anything. I can just like
Right.
slowly get up. I don't have to worry about, getting that protein in me right away. So it's about $45 too. And we'll link it below. And I really like this brand. I would suggest getting the coated tablets. There's
Okay.
uncoated and coated. So get coat. I like the coated. I feel like you can swallow it a little bit easier. But I really, really like it. They have great reviews and 30 grams of protein,
That's good.
just like
Yeah,
that.
I take those
Yeah.
too. I'm
Yeah.
not as good at taking them every morning. I need to be better. I need to
Yeah.
just put them next to my bed.
That's what I did.
Um, yeah, so I need to do that because then you have to wait 25 minutes before you like drink coffee or anything. So that's the hard part
Exactly.
for me because I get
Yeah.
up and I just like need to get that coffee
Yeah.
right away. So I need to put
Right.
it next to my bed.
Right. And then that way you can just like you can scroll on the internet or whatever you do in the,
Hmm.
beginning, do your little meditation or whatever. But if it's right
Right.
next to your bed and it's those coated pills, they won't get stuck in your throat. So just take
Exactly.
that. So that's my little one and done. But
I love
yeah,
it.
so
Awesome. Well, fun. I'm so glad
yes.
we got to shoot the
Yes.
shiz
Yes.
today. Just like us, we just wanted to have like an easy little chit
Right.
chat today, keep it light.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
happy
And that's
summer.
what the summer will be, you guys. We'll just get on
Exactly.
here and we'll just talk about whatever, and we'll keep them a little bit shorter if we can. But I just love
Exactly.
you, and I'm glad that you're
Love you
able to
too.
enjoy the day, and we hope you guys will too. And thank you for
All right.
listening. All right.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Love ya.
Love
Bye.
you. Bye.
Thank you for listening to We Are Fine and Neither Are You. This podcast is all about spreading joy, knowledge, and laughter. While we strive to provide accurate information, please keep in mind that we're only human and mistakes happen. In addition, we would like to remind our listeners that the opinions expressed throughout this episode are for entertainment and informational purposes only. We do not claim to be experts in any particular field, and the content provided should not be taken as professional advice. We encourage you to consult with qualified professionals or do your own research before making any decisions based on the information shared in this podcast. Thank you for joining us, and remember to stay curious and critical in your pursuit of knowledge. Please rate and review this episode. Your feedback is important to us.